On today's episode, we're going to be showing you how to step up your cocktail garnish game to the next level.
Welcome to the series brought to you by the Patrón education team, together with all their friends from bars all over the world. Each week, we'll be teaching you tips, tricks, and recipes to step up your cocktail game at home. Cocktails at home, perfected by Patrón.
I've invited my good friend Jones to join me. Her cocktails are gorgeous. If you've seen her Instagram, you've seen these amazing, beautiful pictures, and she knows that the most important part at the end of a good cocktail is a beautiful garnish. So thanks for joining us. What I figured we'd start out with is the margarita. For me, it's always got to be the lime wheel. I don't want my guests, when they're enjoying their margarita, to have to feel like they need to add any more citrus in, but I want it to look good. And so if I give them a wedge, they're gonna squeeze it in and mess up the balance of it. So I just make a nice little wheel and put it right on the cocktail. But what I figured that you could do is show me your upscale version of doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Steven, thank you for having me here. Very excited because a margarita is one of my favorite cocktails of all time. So I'm gonna show you how to kind of elevate the wheel garnish. What you're gonna need is a channel knife. And we're gonna take just a little bit of a peel with that channel knife, which you can get at pretty much any of your grocery or restaurant supply stores. You're taking peel on, but you're gonna leave it hanging like that. Then we're gonna come around and we are going to slice on either side of the peel that you just did.
So still a lime wheel.
Just still a lime wheel. We're just leaving a little tail on it right here. We're gonna cut a little slice so we can still put it on the side of our cocktail glass. Roll this guy up. Now we have a fancy lime wheel.
That's awesome. I like it a lot.
Thank you, Steven.
Sweet. So our next cocktail is the Mule, the Jalisco Mule. And for this, what's your normal garnish?
Normal garnish for something like a Mule is just gonna be a simple lime wedge.
Let's see what you got.
Sweet. So you take a full lime here and we're gonna cut it down the middle, lengthwise. Make sure to hold each side of the lime so it doesn't roll away and cut your fingers off. Next, what I like to do is kind of trim the ends up a little bit. So you're just gonna cut a little bit of the ends off, make it look nice and neat. And then we will put a slit right down the middle here. That way it hangs over the side of the Mule cup. And then you can cut it in half again and make a couple more slots. And now you have enough for you and 3 friends. And they'll just take that beautiful wedge there, put it right on the side.
Awesome. For my kind of plus up for this, super simple. A wedge is simple by itself. And this is just using that same tool. On the end of it, you've got a zesting tool that's right there. And all you do is just take it and run it along the zest to pull off bits of it. And what you can do is make it nice and decorative. You can add in pieces that go at different ways. And then once you've done some like easy, simple decorations, that's when you're gonna take that piece out. Obviously, if you were making more, it's easy to go around the whole thing, but just for a quick one to be able to show you at home, it's really just an elevated way of doing a wedge. It's all about that, right on there.
Beautiful.
What's the next one you got for us?
So the next garnish we're gonna do is a garnish called the horse's neck. A horse's neck is essentially just a really long, beautiful, thick peel. You see it on a lot of classic cocktails. Here we're gonna use it on something super simple. So to do a horse's neck, you can typically use any type of fruit. We're using lemon today. And you're gonna take your same peeler and you are going to try to make a wider peel, slowly going around either the entire or half of the fruit. So you get this lovely, long, thick peel. And on this one, we are going to use it to kind of line the glassware and pin it right there.
Awesome. And so you would just pour your ingredients over the top. This is awesome for a Patrón and soda, Patrón and tonic, really those kind of style cocktails. And then any citrus, grapefruit, orange, lime, obviously lemon.
So Steven, on this garnish, how do you want to elevate it for people at home?
So for me, let's start with a nice big long peel, just like you did. Sliding your thumb along at the front, making sure that you're staying out of the way. And then there's kind of two ways that you can just kind of clean this up. Obviously, you can start out laying it down and just taking a good sharp knife and cleaning up the edges, just so that you have a nicer kind of shape to it. And you can do that all the way along. The other thing that you could do is kind of, you want to try those pinking shears. You could take that rough edge. It's just such a simple thing to do. You can pick up pinking shears in any kind of craft store. And you just want to take off that outside edge, clean it up. And again, just another easy way to step up your game. That looks great. So let's build a horse's neck.
Let's do it. First, pass the Patrón. We grab an ounce and a half, basically a shot of Patrón. We're gonna try to pour this right down the lemon peel. That way you kind of get all those lovely like little lemon zest textures and flavors to your cocktail. Same with the Topo Chico.
And we're gonna add in some ice to keep that tail down. That was awesome. Next, we're gonna make the old fashioned. Well, we've made the old fashioned. How do you love to garnish an old fashioned?
So with garnishing an old fashioned, what you really want is a beautiful mist of fresh oils on top. Now you can use lemon, grapefruit, or orange. Obviously the most popular is orange, so that's what we're gonna show you here today.
So for me, it's about getting a good, nice, heavy swath. You can use a vegetable peeler, but what I would also recommend is a good sharp knife, because you want a little bit more thickness to it than what you would normally get from a vegetable peeler. And you're just gonna take kind of a good piece like that. If you wanna get fancy, you can clean it up a little bit, clean your edges. And then what you're going to do is you're gonna take it over the glass and you're going to hold it between your thumb and your fingers, and you're gonna press really quick. This can't be gently pressed. You wanna pop all of those oils out over the top and get those oils to go all the way over. And then normally I just kind of tuck it in right at the front. And that's how I do it.
Beautiful.
What you got?
So another way we can elevate this is basically taking the same technique. So we're still gonna take a knife and we are going to cut.
Carefully.
Yeah, carefully.
Gingerly.
I'm not a ginger. Cut an orange peel and you can still trim up the edges all the same. But now we're showing you guys how to elevate things a little bit, right? The way we can elevate this is actually with a lighter, or matches actually work the best, especially if you're at home. Here we actually have a kitchen torch, which I don't recommend people use, but I've done this a few times. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the flame on this to actually kind of accentuate the oils a little bit more.
You just want to gently heat
So we're
them up.
gently gonna heat up some of the oils, just kind of help start releasing them. Do it on both sides. And then we will do the same thing, but over flame on the cocktail.
And that's how you make an old fashioned.
Garnish.
Garnish. So the main thing is just remember to have fun with it. Get creative, use some new tools, try some new techniques, and whatever it is, get as fancy as you want or keep it as simple as you want. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you'd like to learn more. And if you have any of your favorite garnishes that you like, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. Cheers to Jones. Thank you so much for joining today. And cheers to you all, and I will see you next week on Cocktails at Home, perfected by Patrón.